And now, Freelance Heroism presents Return to Ravenloft.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Deez.
And I'm Rachel.
And before I even get started, we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates to the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel,
Yes.
would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Crispy, Nate, Breakmeister, and Rebecca. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone, and we couldn't do it without you. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, this is neither here nor there, but when you say Crispy, every time I hear Crispy, I do. And it gets me, like, without fail, I think bacon.
We want to say thank you to Bacon.
We want to say thank you to Crispy for making me think about bacon. So thank you. Thank you, Bacon Man. Okay. I forgot what the hell we were talking about. Okay. We had an idea, or
Yes.
I had an idea to talk about creativity. And just, it's my idea, so if it fails miserably, you can blame me.
When we get our grade back for this intro.
Oh, yeah. There's a D-. By the way, nickname in college. It's called me D-. Okay, so I have this kind of thing I've been thinking about recently, and it's that people expect every time a person is creative that it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the idea that being creative is like a switch that you turn on, and then now you're creative, and that's how, art is made, or how music is made, how movies are made, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's not how it is, right? Like, when you're creative, it's just the way you're thinking about a problem or an issue.
Yeah. I think
What are your thoughts?
I think there's maybe this idea that when somebody is being creative, it's almost like the sort of stereotypical kind of drama image of like an artist at like 3 a.m. and they're barefoot and they're splattered in paint and they have like this epitome about like the complete image of whatever they're working on, and I know that my experience of just like either writing stories or painting minis or like even Frankensteining minis together a little bit to like make something new out of them.
Yeah.
Like I may have a general idea of what I want, but that doesn't mean that I know all of the parts of it before I begin.
Right.
And it doesn't even mean that like what I think my final image will be is what it's actually going to be. I may start it and then be like, actually, this sucks. I need to pivot.
In my perception, and I don't know if this is the same for everyone, but for me, oftentimes like being in a creative kind of energy is about it's not like a thing that you actively do so much as a thing that you actively receive, right? So like sometimes the active part of it is being experimental, right?
Yeah.
And then the receptive part of it is to be open to an idea you had not thought of before. So like when you're doing it, like when we play a game or something like that, we might experiment with different things to get an effect that we're looking for. How do we get this effect, right? So we try a bunch of different things. That's not really creative so much as it is like testing, right? You're like, it's like a scientific process at that point.
Yeah.
You're rolling through things that you can change in order to get a result that you've planned on. Being creative is that when something fails in the way that you expected something to work, when it doesn't work that way, taking what you see might happen from it and being like, that could be useful, right?
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to put anyone on blast here, but there's an album that came out recently, right? And I've been thinking a lot about this, and because people are like split right down the line. Like a lot of people really like it, and a lot of people hate it, right? Like there's no in between. There's nobody's like, that's fine. And I think that's good. I think that's a good sign
Yeah.
because some people are unwilling to appreciate a creative endeavor.
Hmm.
Like, clearly, start to finish, this thing was experimental in a way that is strange, right? It's
Right.
super fucking strange. Like, imagine like if you made music and you were like, I know that these types of sounds go good together.
Hmm.
Okay, let's disregard that entirely, right?
Yeah.
And let's just try some weird shit.
Hmm.
And if one of them strikes me as like, ooh, that's fucking cool sounding,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna keep it. And if something strikes me as, oh, I might have heard something like that before, or maybe that's not the cleanest transition between X and Y, I'm just gonna, throw it out.
Uh-huh.
It feels like all of the things that you're not supposed to do, and then they pick their favorites out of those things and put them all together.
Yeah.
And I think there's something like, not just, I don't want to say refreshing because that sounds corny or whatever, but like something admirable about it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely unique.
I the album that you're talking about, it's definitely not it's not like, hey, we're known for this type of sound. Let's be weird, but still in this type of sounds kind of
Yeah.
tree.
Mhm.
It was like, hey, let's let's do
Yeah.
something like there's definitely still moments of like, oh yeah, this sounds like this band, but it's
What if there was a wicked Christmas bell solo? Like, what? Yeah. Okay, so I'm just saying, even if every sound or if every song on the entire album was absolute garbage and it
Mhm.
sounded horrible,
Uh-huh.
it's still worth the effort, I
Yeah.
think. In my opinion, the effort is what's valuable,
Mhm.
right? The attempt to make something that is new and different and weird is
Yeah.
worth it,
Yeah.
right? I also think, and this is, remember I told you this might get a little accusational.
Uh-huh.
I think that people are genuinely or generally across the board unreceptive to anything that sounds different than they're used to, or
I
visually looks different than they're used to, or fucking is anything different than they're used to,
mhm.
right?
I agree.
There is a straight up uh I don't know how I want to say it, an orthodoxy of thought
Uh-huh.
that is crazy to me. Like the fact that people eat the same meals all the time without any variation or attempt at making it different. What the fuck? like I think there is something to be said for someone who's genuinely skilled at
Mhm.
a thing, right? Someone who's very, very good at a thing and can do a traditional thing really well.
Yeah.
For them to then intentionally break those rules to see what happens, that's awesome.
That is cool. Yeah.
Because when they'll take their expertise, no, I mean more expertise than either you or I would have, right?
Mhm.
Like if you and I were to make an album, it would not sound remotely close to these guys, right?
Right.
So like they're very good at music,
Yeah.
but they decided, and this, we're talking about that album again,
Mhm.
that they decided that we're going to use that expertise and try to be really strange with it. And people are looking at it like, look at all these mistakes they made. Like it's a negative. Like
Yeah.
these are intentionally chosen. These people have a fucking studio. They
Yeah.
have engineers out the ass going over every little detail. These were not mistakes. They were
Mhm.
intentionally chosen.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny to me. Like some people are excited for there being something weird sounding,
Yeah.
right? And I love that. And other people are like resistant to it. And I wondered if the breakdown had to do with creativity in general. People who are unwilling to budge.
Mhm.
Those people are not, I don't think, creative people. You have to be willing to. What is creativity if you're not willing to accept a bad outcome?
Yeah, then you're just doing the safe thing that you know is successful and you're not trying something else.
Right. Can you think of a time in recent memory
Mhm.
where you were creative with reckless abandon about the outcome?
I mean, like,
We're gonna leave the egg out of your pasta thing. We'll leave that out because I think we all knew that was wrong, but
uh,
sure.
I think that was very brave of me to do,
You think I was
actually.
brave?
It was a brave move.
As everyone knows, it's always the most brave when you yourself call yourself brave. You know? It's always the most valuable when you yourself are like, that was brave. I'm
Yeah,
brave.
that was brave of me to
Yeah.
do. Um, I would say I've had some sort of like creative ideas for some things at work
Yeah.
that I was kind of a little hesitant to like share with people because it's not like what we do, and especially at my work, it's like very sort of like rigid in like the rules and bureaucracy that we have to follow. So some of the stuff I wanted to suggest was a bit, I think, out of pocket or like not what we do, which there's definitely a culture of this is how we always do it, so this is how we will continue to do it at
I
my
imagine
workplace.
libraries are tough like that, right?
Yeah.
Like
Um,
everything's rigidly filed and
yeah.
yeah.
So I had some ideas of just some new stuff to try that I was nervous about, but they seem to have been accepted pretty
Well, that's good.
enthusiastically. So
That's good.
mhm.
Maybe they've finally kind of turned the page, so to speak. A little library humor for you.
What about you? I think
Uh,
I think you're definitely like doing creative stuff more often than I am. So
I think a lot of what people define as creative is not really creative. So like oftentimes I'll get a commission or something like that and work on it. I'm
mhm,
doing exactly what the person wants, and there might be little moments of flicker of creativity like, oh, I thought of a solution for a part of this that maybe no one had considered.
mhm,
But I don't think um generally those are the times where you get to be creative. I think where there is creativity is when oftentimes where you hamstring yourself intentionally. Like this last week, I wanted to hamstring myself a little bit, so I picked a color palette that I hate working in,
uh-huh.
like purples to greens.
Mhm.
It feels gross to me. I hate that vibe. I just hate it. I don't
Uh,
know what it is. It's something about it, and I just don't like it.
mhm,
And so I put some swatches, some like color palettes that I literally chose because there's no fucking way I would ever draw something in this. I picked 3 of them
mhm.
and I posted them, and I was like, I'm gonna let everyone vote on which one they want. And of course, they picked the one that I thought would be the worst, and they all liked it. And I was like, I'm not gonna be negative about it.
Mhm,
I'm just gonna make something happen with it.
mhm.
And I thought it came out okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it came out fine.
Uh-huh.
That being said, if I got to choose the colors, it would have been way better,
Mhm.
I think,
Uh-huh.
um, as an end result. But I think that's part of what there were problems during that development
Uh-huh.
that I had to solve, uh, based on that. So the art was already designed in my head. I already knew kind of what I wanted it to look like. And
Mhm.
then I let people pick the color palette. And that's going to change dramatically what the end result is.
Yeah.
And there are going to be problems no matter whatever anyone else picks, because I'm not used to doing art by committee, right?
Right.
But it's a challenge, and so that's what you do. Sometimes I'm like, what if I did a comic where I didn't have any words? Could I do that as effectively? What if
Mhm.
I did a comic where I used the same panel 3 times? Could I still tell a joke that way? What if
Mhm.
I did a comic where everything was in silhouette? What if I did a comic where everything's white and black and that's it? There's no color, right?
Yeah.
Like hamstring yourself to see what you can get, and I like doing that.
Mhm.
um but I think that there's an entire group of people in the world that might say that they appreciate creativity but don't necessarily. That they almost exclusively point at it like a cult. You know what I mean? Like a you ever seen that like scene in horror movies where there's like 50 people and they're all kind of like zombified, and then one person says something and they all kind of turn their head like and stare at them,
Yeah.
and then open their mouth and go, "Wah!"
Right.
Like, you know, that's what I feel like a lot of people are like around the idea of creativity. You have to be willing to fail pretty fucking hard.
Yeah.
In order to, and you know what? Every big thing that we appreciate and value today as the orthodoxy of how you do this, how you do a thing, was all at some point a thing that nobody did, and somebody had to randomly try it and it worked out.
Yeah.
You know?
And some people would have liked it and some people wouldn't have liked it.
Well, they wouldn't have liked the attempt.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think about this all the time. The caveman who's the first caveman to set something on fire, and they're like, it tastes better when you're done. And they're like, dude, you're ruining our fucking mammoth. And he's like, dude, it's gonna be so good. And he's like, are you rubbing a plant on it? And he's like, it's so good. Trust me.
All right.
Like, oh my god, Ulok is fucking up our mammoth.
Well, why don't we
now we have garlic.
Why don't we go ahead and go to this week's episode, since we've been talking about creativity for a while now?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Let's get back to the rigidly timed intro.
Well, I think this is a very creative title.
What's the title?
So this is Return to Ravenloft, Season 2, Episode 5, Gander through the window, duck through the door.
Oh, that's excellent. That's a great title. Who came up with that one?
You have to listen to find out.
Oh. Who was it, though, for real? I want to take credit, but I don't remember saying that.
You say it during the game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent.
How certain are you that when we get to said skyboat house air thing, that it's actually still airworthy? Is that the right term for it?
When it started, it was a house.
Uh-huh.
And I made it fly.
Right. So where does the boat part come in?
It's shaped like a boat. The bottom of the hull is a boat, because not all the time do you want to fly.
But you said it started as a house.
It started as a house.
And then you turned it into a boat.
I had done construction preemptively. I never launched the vessel in its initial state. I had done a lot of the construction and blueprinting and building.
Mm-hmm.
And then vicious circumstance took a hold of me before I could set off on its mid voyage. And when I came back, it was gone. Okay. So it is airworthy. And if it crashed and was unable to be repaired, it was because the person who was trying to repair it was not at my level of ability or skill.
Okay.
So you'll be able to repair it?
For sure.
Well,
if it takes much longer to get there, I'll just make a new one. But it's got all my things in there.
Well, you assume it does.
It does. It has my things in there.
We could have sold it for gas money.
If we get to
I'm teasing.
Victor is a pothead who's dating my daughter, stole my airship, and sold all of my relics for doob money. I'm going to lose my shit. You ever seen someone get fucking trapped between mirrors? We're about to create some fucking lore right now. Push him halfway through the mirror and shatter it.
Who says I haven't actually written that part yet?
Oh no. All right, so you want to go to this safe house, whatever they have. Go inside, kill whatever guys are in there to just see what your friend was doing?
I'm pleased with disarming them. But if we have to kill them, that's fine too.
Well, far be it for me to be the pirate that says, plunder is off limits.
Oh, it's not.
Well, that was
Look, here's the thing. I feel somewhat responsible for this kid because I didn't train him all the way, and now he's going out there with my name attached to him. So I feel responsible, you know? But more than that, he's with my daughter. And more than that, he took my airship. So there's things, it's a complicated array. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how much of this is concern, how much of this is anger, and how much of this is ego because your reputation might get damaged. But
you think that I'm a man of one emotion? I contain multitudes.
oh, you like an onion? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying I'm like something much heavier than an onion that I'm going to swing at people. Look, all I'm saying is that the faster we get here, the better. Because if these people who are looking for relics are in that close a proximity to the mother lode of relics, it would be very bad for them to find them. You understand?
No,
I would
understand.
imagine that's why they were in the area. Maybe they were looking for something in particular.
Well, I mean, your friend like they had like a portal or something in there, and they jumped through it.
Right, but they were taking the sky ship before, and it crashed in this area, and they were still in this area. The ship had been crashed for a little while now. My thinking is that there's probably something here that they need. Otherwise, they would have taken the boat and left, or taken the relics and left. Maybe that's what they did. Maybe they went in, they got inside, crashed the ship, wanted to get all the important stuff out. But it didn't look like they were packed heavy when you saw them, correct?
No.
So then it leads me to believe that they're just temporarily leaving and coming back. If they were already in there, and then the ghost Darton told us that there was a bunch of rough and tumble interactions happening recently and something had gone missing, maybe that's what they were looking for. Maybe they went in, rough and tumbled up the joint, took the thing, and got out through a portal to go use it. That's my thinking. Change is not that the boat is over there, airship. God, now you guys got me doing it.
All right. Well,
I will start packing my things up, and I will start finding a way to put out the fire.
You didn't get to meditate.
no.
And I only got by a record 2 hours of sleep, which is not a full rest.
I'm doing some quick math real quick in my head. Okay. How do you guys feel?
I mean,
mostly okay, although I've got I'm gonna be down some higher level spell slots.
Your death ward and a witch bolt.
Yep.
And
I just stab things, and I think I can do that pretty well right now.
Everyone's feeling pretty healthy.
As healthy as one can be with only 2 hours of sleep.
Well, I think they should push through.
Well, if we're this close to the boat and there's that much threat at being it being in proximity to these guys with everything that's going on, then sure, let's push ahead.
I'm looking at mine now too. If we are this close to the boat, skyship. God damn it, Nate. God damn it, Nate. If we're this close to the skyship, it hasn't moved in a little while. They've already gone through the portal.
Well, it's been down for it sounds like a couple of years, right? So with their safe house within 5 miles of it,
how did they not come across it?
They've either They either like already know that it's there, or one night of rest, they aren't going to find it.
Right. I'm just worried about the daylight and we lose our distraction.
Hey, Deez, can I get you to roll a d20 for me?
Yeah. What do you need?
It's not a save or anything. Just roll a d20 for me.
16.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know the DM trick.
The
The only reason I had you roll earlier, just to
See if you're awake or not.
right. And I was
Oh,
like
I
break
figured.
10 minus 10.
Oh yeah, no worries, all good.
Nobody was trying to disguise how loud they were talking, really. So okay. Now he's actually looking up something.
Mhm.
Yeah. Look, I can't at this point. I'm just judging whether or not he's a good actor or not.
Uh,
All right.
that's
All
a
right, so
typical poker face.
what are we doing?
It sounds to me like we're going to take advantage of Darton over here as our distraction to get in and figure out what's going on.
I'm so glad his name is Darton and not denying, refuting, something like that. Oh.
All right, so we want to pack up and go now?
Trudge forward.
All right.
Just whistling.
Is Darton coming with us?
I think you should travel ahead of us.
That's right. You want me to draw out
Mhm.
the enemy.
Out and away.
Leave it to me.
Yeah.
I think I have a cantrip or two that'll solve this problem.
Cantrip. All right.
He begins skipping and gets quiet again as he continues forward.
When we get somewhat close to this place, I would like
Just
to
jump back 3 hours and cast Death Ward on myself.
I would like to take out my holy symbol. And I want to use augury on it. And I want to ask it if us like going into this place is gonna like what sort of results are we gonna get? Kind of thing. Is this a good idea or a bad idea?
What would you say our results?
Magic 8 ball. Is this going to work?
Shuka. Results are unclear. Fuck.
You are not the father. Okay.
Maury.
It's the Maury 8 ball.
All right.
Take out my icon of Ravenloft and I shake it. And I go,
Oh, Lord.
Is this good?
Okay.
There was a joke that they did on Jimmy Kimmel where fucking what's the Guillermo goes to all these basketball players and has them shake an 8 ball to see whether or not they're going to do well in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what they shake, it says give me $20 or give Guillermo $20. It was fucking great. He was like, give you $20. Fuck that. So funny.
All right. So does she get wheel and woe, or nothing?
Well, completely to make sure I speak well within the rights of it.
Mm-hmm.
By casting Jim laid in the 6 roll the dagger balls laying out every door deploying some defense. Wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both good and bad. Nothing for the results are especially good or bad. The spell doesn't take into account any possibility circumstances that might change the outcome, such as casting an additional spells or loss or gain of companion. Okay, so it doesn't speak if anyone dies or lives. Okay, and if it casts two or more spells before completing your next long run, ooh, DM makes us roll in secret.
I'm only casting it this one time though, so
Right.
there's not a chance for a random roll.
It's wheelie, 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 woey.
You take the will, you take the woe, you take them both, and there you go.
I got 4 meals.
I'm gonna say wheel.
All right.
Wheel.
Because it's Kes that's asking, not Adri, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
What the fuck
Perfect.
does that mean?
Perfect.
Someone's gonna die. Someone's gonna die.
Kes just doesn't value life the way Adri did.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, a good result to Kes is like, oh, I got, more chunks of blood and guts on my armor than usual.
I got paid today.
I'm gonna kill a kid and get a free horse. This sounds great.
Oh shit.
Meanwhile,
Thank
meanwhile,
God I'm
Adri's in her
recording.
head, just covering thoughts in her mind with blankets.
Like, that's a bad thought. That's a bad thought. That's a bad thought. Oh man. This is like the comic where Doc Ock took over Spider-Man's body and he's in the back watching everything like, what the fuck?
I bet Doc Ock drifts off like a dream. Well, just all those extra hands.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Are we at this hideout?
Honeycomb hideout.
What?
No.
Did you guys? How close do you guys get?
I don't know. How close are the people outside?
As you guys approach, you can go ahead and give me perceptions.
22.
Oh my God. Nat 20, 33 total.
Yeah.
22.
All right. All right. Since you guys are approaching it from the east,
DCCBs. Fuck. Sorry.
all good. Through the dents of the night, you do see some torches actually illuminated on the outside of it. You see it's in a semi L shape. It's a 2-story house. There's a balcony on the north side or on the northeast side. You see a couple people up front. There's a well or a couple of people in front of the south of it. Past that, you see what is a stables building that's only about 1 story. And you see Darton in front of you, a little bit, and he steps behind a tree glowing and begins to, or no, he doesn't actually step out of the tree. He begins to play from behind the tree really loud, and the 2 at the door begin to rush that way. They're in black and red robes. They've been going to take off that way. And then you can see one coming actually out from between the stable and the building towards the east and then takes off that way south and continues to actually run south into the woods.
Let's go.
You don't think we stop him and just gank him out there?
Well, the plan was that he was going to distract the ones outside and then we run in.
Fair enough. All right.
All right. I guess we're heading up to the house.
All right.
I'll take my bow and have it already strung and ready.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So, you guys do see the main doors on the south are a pair of double doors. You got torches on either side. Where's the second story? There it is. The second story, it's only 1 story that part. It goes in about 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, about 30 feet before the second story actually goes up. Okay. So it seems like the opening is only a single story part of the place.
This is a cool map, David.
Yeah.
And we're approaching this from the west because we're heading east.
Well, David, you said the double doors are on the south, right? You're muted, David.
Yes, on the south, where that
Okay.
little part comes down on the southwest. There is a set of double doors right there.
And that's a rug like right behind it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
All right.
All right, so as we approach from
the south.
Yeah, but there's no map locations on here. I'm assuming.
South is bottom.
Are we sure? Because I made that assumption before and was wrong.
South. Okay, south is bottom, top is north.
Okay,
The left is west, the right is east.
gotcha. So we approach from the south?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Towards the double doors, that little 20 by 20 room there, kind of on the left hand and southwest corner.
As we approach, I had a 33 perception. Is there any way I can see through the windows? Are there windows?
There are windows. Hold on. You see two windows where the door is. If you go to the right of it, there's a small window there. There's another window a little bit further down.
Any candlelight inside?
You do see lights on the inside.
Okay. On how many of the windows? There we said there were two, right?
Yeah, those two. You do see lights coming from the inside.
From both. Okay.
Mhm.
What about that's a stable out front, correct?
Yes.
The horses. Okay. When we well,
it's a stable.
Right. As we approach the stable, though, I want to look to see how many horses there are. Just from our approach, I can kind of gauge the size of the stable. Can I tell how many horses from the outside would be able to be stored in there? We saw three run off to the woods, correct?
You saw three people in a robe run off to the woods.
Right. So I'm assuming that can't hold too many more than that number of horses. I'm assuming there's either a wagon outside that we would see.
You do see a wagon. You do see a wagon to the north of the stable. It is tucked there with under the tree.
Okay.
There's a well there. The stable doors are closed right now.
Right.
But inside, safe to say, possibly two horses, maybe a third, depending on how they shape out the inside of it.
Right. The wagon has the horses disassembled. They're not disassembled.
The horses
attached.
the horses are not attached to the wagon.
And there are no horses outside other than the ones that might be inside.
Yeah, there's no horses outside right now.
What size is the wagon?
1 second. Okay, the wagon is.
How many people could fit in there?
It's about 10 feet long, 10 feet wide. It's about a square wagon. You can get two on the bench easily plus, and then normally supplies or maybe four others in the back.
Okay, so three inside max, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe they shift people out in swings, right? So then we're estimating maybe there could be three inside, that it's a drop pickup, drop three that already ran off, three, and then swap out three. So maximum 6 people inside. 2 rooms for sure on the first floor. That's 2 lights. That means that there's 4, maybe unaccounted for people, unless 2 of them are sharing rooms. I don't think that maybe they're sharing rooms. I don't know. Let me take a look.
Right.
I'm gonna do a stealth check.
Alrighty.
Where are me and Rayne while he was doing a stealth check?
That's up to you.
I don't want to be like standing by the door
I wouldn't.
while he goes to do a stealth check.
No, I wouldn't.
He's going off towards the stables, so
Well, I'm gonna break around the back of the stables, past the cart. That's where I would get the information on the size of the cart, I imagine.
Yeah. I imagine we're still kind of technically off the map.
Okay.
Yes.
But I mean, we don't want to wait for too long, right? Because at some point the guards are going to stop chasing the ghost and they're going to come back.
Right. So
Okay.
you guys can just go ahead and rush in, but I just want to get an eye on those windows to see if you guys can get in silently. If that works or if that fails. So if I see a lot of movement in there, I can just fire through the window.
And there is no one now on the outside of this building, so those front doors are unguarded.
Yeah.
Topside
Yes.
windows?
Topside windows. Let me pull up the topside map. On the front, you can't see windows, but on the right side, which would be the east side, there are a couple windows. If you went around the back, you could see a couple windows.
Okay.
The balcony is on the northwestern side.
Okay. They wouldn't have any viewability of us. There'd be a building between us.
Yeah, they can't pop out and look down and look into the forest to see where any of you are at the moment, since you guys are in the front.
Right. So all we have to worry about is those two windows on the first floor. That's the major observation for us, right? Once you
Mm-hmm.
guys get close up to the door, the people that are way up top won't even be able to look down and see you, even if they had visibility.
True.
So that's I think the plan. Let me stealth over. I'll signal as soon as I'm over there. Once I get a look in that window, you guys rush up, try to get in the door as quietly as possible.
Okay.
So you're going up near the two windows next to the well, right?
No, I'm going on the back side behind where the horses are in the stable, by where the cart is tucked in under the trees.
Okay, you're going that way? Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna stealth check. I'm gonna get up there. That little space between where the stable is and where the first two rows of windows would be. See, because there's a tree there, so I'm assuming one window is on one of those front rooms.
The windows are actually near the well. The windows aren't. There's a couple windows of the rooms too.
Right.
But
so I'm just going over there to check to get an angle on it so I can see into the window as they approach the door. So if they hit the door and they
which window?
The one on the far end of the building.
The very far?
Yes.
On
You're
the very
saying
right.
The very far right to the right of the tree.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That tree doesn't block anything. It's just a tree stump, right?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Walk between.
Okay.
Right. So I'm going to go around, see where that orange tree is on the far bottom right, between that tree and the stable, to check out the cart.
Okay.
Right. And then once I get up there, I'm going to take position under that very top green tree right there, so I get a good interior view through the window of that first room on the far corner.
Okay.
And then once I get visibility on them, once I go past the cart, you guys go. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
I'll signal you guys from the corner of the stable.
Yep.
Tell you guys to go. I will move up to that place, look inside. That's on me at that point.
Okay.
But you guys will go. And that way I'll be able to see through the windows to see if the people hear them open the door. So we know whether or not we need to go in hard or whether we can go in and try to take one at a time quietly.
Gotcha.
All right. So stealth check. 25.
All right.
26, sorry. I keep forgetting to add my one for the stone Adria gave me. I'm sorry. Kes gave me.
Yeah, I didn't give you anything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not have it equipped? Because it should like automatically factor into your rolls.
It's not on my list of items.
Okay.
So, but I know I have it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know I have it because Rachel gave it to me and it was in my stuff. So just because Nate's giving me a weird look.
No. I got it.
I'm like, the person who is the one who would argue with me about whether or not I have it is the one who gave it to me. I'm certain that it exists.
Yes. The argument is null and void at that point.
I also have a magic coin that has proved no discernible purpose at this point, and I'm still waiting for my opportunity. Actually, I think at one point, didn't I get free drinks from it? Or food or something like that? I flipped a coin, bet that it wouldn't land up on heads or tails. Or maybe I just thought I was going to do that. Whatever.
The Ewok is currently looking up all the ways he can kill us.
Nodding with enthusiasm.
Uh-huh.
My
All
favorite
right,
part
so
is the
go for it.
planning.
Yeah.
My favorite part of every mission is right at the start when I'm trying to like nuts and bolts figure out how many people are in this house, what floors they're on, where are the light candles. I could do this for a job. I would love it. Right? And
As
then let
you
some other guy risk his life running in there off my intel.
Yeah.
as you stealthily walk around the stable, you hear a deep set of snoring from inside
From inside what?
the stable.
Inside the stable?
Mm-hmm. There are 2 windows on the back of it.
Okay. How loud is the snoring? Does it sound humanoid?
It doesn't sound like a horse.
Okay.
It
And
doesn't sound like a human.
all right. Well, I'm gonna walk right back out around to the front. Change of plans here. Does it have a door on the front of the
Stable?
stable?
Yeah, it has a big double doors.
Yeah, on the west side.
And I'm assuming it has some sort of bolt or lock mechanism.
It does, but there's yeah, and it is locked.
Oh, it's locked.
Or well, not locked, but it is halfway closed.
Okay.
It has like the latch thing.
I'm gonna close it the rest of the way and put the whatever the bar or mechanism it uses.
Okay.
That's gonna be my move. I assume that's relevant.
Okay.
I'm thinking that my initial reaction is either large monster.
Are you gonna look through the windows at all or no?
I'm hesitant to do that. I'm hesitant to look.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll look through. Sure.
All right. You see 2 black dragon wormlings sleeping in the stables. Not horses.
How the hell they pull the wagon?
It's a magic wagon, Harry. It flies.
It has a
Oh, look
hitch
at
for
someone
horses.
questioning the rules in the game. Look at that. Questioning the rules.
What rules?
Asking how they're going
You
to pull the wagon.
you
That's
see
not a
harnesses
rule,
inside for the dragons.
What?
You see harnesses inside for the 2 wormlings.
You think? Okay, hold on. You're telling me that
they
they
pull
have
it very well. Thank you very much.
they use wormlings to pull the wagon?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they don't have their wings in.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to close the door and bolt it. But I'm gonna do it quietly, using my stealth check to complete that task.
Okay.
26, by the way, in case you were curious.
No worries. Closes and locks. Okay.
Seems like if they were in there, they probably should have locked in the first place. I would not have a door open with 2 wildly rare, valuable dragon wormlings just out and about. Maybe it's my fucking House of the Dragon fresh in my mind, but I just my instinct is lock that shit down, you know. Okay, well, now that that's done, do I need to roll another stealth check or
No, you're good.
Okay. I'm going to continue up. I'm going to have to go upward and take a right as they run up to the door, I guess.
All right, go ahead and give me initiatives all around.
Okie
We're,
dokie.
we're running up to the door now?
Sad.
No,
I thought we were-
I'm just getting establishing a turn order.
Okay.
20 total.
Oh
20,
my
21 total.
God.
Well,
at
initiative's
least-
not so bad.
I know, but at least I got that one out of the way. And I mean that one is in one.
Yeah,
So,
if you're gonna fuck a roll up, make it
Yeah.
initiative.
Yeah, that'll be an 8.
We're still on a surprise run right now, from what I understand. So
plus 7 to my
Kes?
initiative.
19.
All right. All right. That way, as he's moving or something, if you guys want to do something as he's doing his thing, it's in moderation.
right, so like in turn order.
Yeah. So, no, you guys, I'm not telling you guys are running up. That's your choice when you want to approach. I'm not
Okay.
stepping into that one. So,
Okay.
all right. So you go up and right past the wagon.
Right.
Okay. There's a window in the second room and a window in the third room.
Can I see inside as I move past
Mm-hmm.
people?
No, you actually don't see anyone in the room.
Okay. How about the second window?
You don't see anyone in the room either. The lights are on. You actually see belongings in the room, like staying there, but you don't actually see anyone in the room.
Okay. I guess arguably it could have been the rooms that those people were in and the other rooms are all occupied, or maybe there are less people here than I thought. But either way, be prepared for whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and do the wave, like the signal.
Okay. I guess if we're going to approach, we're going to approach the door. I guess we'll approach. There's sort of a tree that's laying down there, or there's a log. I'm not sure exactly what, but I guess in as far as I can kind of sneak up and sort of crouch behind that before approaching the door. I'm just trying to see if I can get. I don't want to approach the windows that are there in that room where there's kind of two on either side, close to the well.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to just see if can I see any kind of movement or action through those two windows?
Go ahead and give me a perception.
I will do that. That's a natural 20 for a total of 30.
All right. You can catch light from inside. You do see the light inside. You can see someone in the middle of the room.
So I can.
They're standing there and they seem to be motioning and talking to somebody you can't see.
Okay.
Which room is this in?
This is
The main room.
Okay.
All right. So I'll crouch down. I'm going to signal to both Kes and to Kevin that I have eyes on two. And then I'm going to look to Kes to see what she does.
Fearless leader.
I'm not the leader. I'm going to be honest, I don't understand what our plan is now because I feel like it keeps changing. So I'm going to see what you guys do.
What's changed about the plan?
I thought our plan was that the ghost was going to distract the outside guards and then we were going to rush in and just like beat
That's
up
what we're
whoever was
doing.
inside. But like you're being all sneaky and now I don't want to be loud because you're being sneaky.
No. Okay. So here, like, we can clip this part out if you want. The whole plan was to get them to separate, and then it doesn't mean we just kick the door in and fight whoever's left. It's just do a quick couple seconds. All I did, it took a long time to describe it, but all I did was walk up, put a bolt over a door, look through some windows.
Mhm.
Took maybe 30 seconds. And the entire time you guys are right on the lines, just waiting for me to wave my hand, and then you guys rush in. Nate got a look through the window as he was approaching. That took all of a second, 2 seconds.
But if that's the door we're going in, why didn't you check that window? Right?
Which one?
Because we're going into that south.
You guys are approaching it, so you guys would see that window as you approach. I'm looking at the other ones, so when you open the door, if a bunch of people go moving, I can shoot through the window and hit them.
Okay.
So that way they have no shot at hitting me back. They just got
He was more afraid of reinforcements rushing the door. I'm assuming from
right.
the far side of the wing.
Right. So like there's 2 people, 3 people, 4 people in there. I'm pretty certain you guys can run in and go nutsoid on them, but I don't want a bunch of people pouring out. So if I get a good viewability on the windows, then when they rush to the door, one through the window, right in the back of the ass.
Okay. All right.
It just takes a long time to describe this stuff, but it's moving quick.
Okay.
So my goal was to move towards the door, but take a gander through those windows from afar just to see if I could see any motion.
Right. Gander through the window, duck through the door.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay.
Right. And I'll be a fucking albatross around both of your necks.
I assume when we get to the door, my goal is going to be to check it to see if
Yes, it's
any
the door.
things.
All right. Okay. So Kes has a 19. Rayne has an 8. You guys approach. Kes, are you gonna wait for him to approach the door first, or how are you guys gonna?
She has this innate vibe about what she's
To kick
supposed
the
to
door
do
in.
here. Just like
All
in the
right.
back of her mind.
I'm gonna look at Rayne and Kaeviir, visually see them, and exclude them as I cast Spirit Guardians and kick in the door.
All right. As you kick in the door, you see another door ahead of you. It's like a foyer room.
Also, I'm casting
The-
at 4th level, David.
Okay. There's a rug in front of you. You see a statue of a golden imp on the opposite side of the room. You see a painting on the wall to the left.
Hmm.
And then you see a single door ahead of you that's closed that goes into the next room. You got about 20 feet between you and the wall on the opposite side.
Okay. Well, I move at 35 feet, so
Okay.
gonna go to the next door and kick that one in.
All right. Ahead of you, you see a large rug that covers the entire floor. You see a window to the left. Another 20 feet, you see another singular door.
Rayne, I thought you said there were people here.
No, it's
There-
I saw the two through they're
In the
obviously
main
not in this
room.
Well, I can't. Well, no, I can't double move because I can do my dash cutting action thing. So, yeah. So my action was to cast Spirit Guardians, and then I'm gonna double move, which is 70 feet until I can
Okay.
find someone to beat up.
Who'd have thought that Adri's weakness would be double doors?
room.
Two doors.
Okay.
Like at an Applebee's.
Give me 1 second. What's the save on your Spirit Guardians?
It is
You got a what, DC 18 or something?
DC 18. It is a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Can you give me a damage roll, full damage on that?
I would be happy to.
Can you imagine standing in a room and just feeling a wave going through the door like what the fuck is that? Oh man, that would suck. I'm just thinking about how shitty that would be.
Let's see here. It's gonna be so if they failed, it's gonna be 16 radiant damage.
Okay.
And also if they fail, then their speed is halved.
Well, that's okay.
Okay.
You get attacked by the rug of smothering underneath you that activates as you run across it. It's taken 16 radiant damage
I'm gonna
as you.
kill this rug.
Blake, stand no chance against.
It has a -4 to wisdom, so there's no fucking chance it was going to take a second. It was going to pass the save on that. But
Okay.
it may have a false appearance that remains motionless as it indistinguishable from a normal rug, but your spell would have reacted the minute your spell attacks everything in sight, so.
All right.
And so through the doors, I see Kes just get wrapped up in a rug like a
Well,
taquito, or
actually
shredded.
it doesn't
Rears
because
up.
it has a 14 to her AC and it does not hit.
oh,
It tries to wrap up like a burrito, but
She's
you
like,
actually can hear it. You don't see it because it's in that sealed room and there's no window to that little room. So you can
okay.
hear a commotion going off.
Yeah.
Kes, do you keep running over it as its attack misses and go for the door, or how do you react?
Did it look like my spirit guardians did damage to this rug?
Oh, hell yes, it did.
Okay.
You're seeing cotton and wool shot everywhere.
I'm just looking at Rayne like, what the fuck is going on? And there's like bits of cloth shooting out the door. Thieves can't for what the fuck?
It's a shame too, because that rug really tied the room together.
Oh,
It did. It did.
We're going to chop off your Johnson.
Can I just like hit it with my sword?
Of course. You're standing on it. Take a swing.
I guess I'll
Sorry
do
about
that. I guess I'll hit it with my sword.
Okay. I'll put that on silent.
And actually I will also I'll use my steady aim. So for my bonus action, I will give myself advantage, which means that I get to use my elven accuracy.
Okay.
I got a nat 20.
She crits it.
And also, since I'm using advantage, I get my sneak attack damage.
Oh, Rug, I knew you well.
You did not. Nobody knew this, Rug.
No,
All right,
no, not at
so
all. I think that's my favorite
me-
part about this trap.
For my
Episode
weapon,
title: Rug Muggin.
let's see here. My sneak
Just
attack.
What are these Fraternity of Shadow guys trying to go? This aggression will not stand, man.
So my sneak attack is a 2d6, but since I crit, it's 4d6. Is this rug a fey, fiend, or undead? It's a construct. Okay. But also I am a cleric, so I have my divine strike, which is an additional d8 damage, but I'm critting, so I get to double that as well. So it's all of this dice plus 4.
It only had 33 hit points.
That's a lot of HP
she likes
for a
the
rug.
dice. She likes the dice rolling.
I know.
She's critting, she's getting doubles, and she's just like, okay, let me beefcake this fucking rug.
35 damage.
Yeah, it's gone. You obliterated the damn thing. You shredded it.
Oof.
All right. So
out from the doors, I just see all of this lint just fly out.
Yep.
So that was my action and my bonus action because I did my steady aim. So I still have movement. So I'm gonna I'm gonna go to the next room.
All right. So it's 20 through the first room, 20 through the second room.
I can only go
and then
35 this turn.
Oh, okay.
Well, this
All right.
because the other
Actually,
turn, right?
don't you-
I did the double. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm confused. Yeah, the turn started with you going through the first room, then you kicked the door in the second room,
Right.
went through it, got attacked by the rug, fought the rug.
Right.
Okay, so you got what, total 70
But
from the 235s?
So the 235s is 70.
Okay.
Is that 2 different turns?
No, because as a rogue with the rogue levels, you still have your
I thought you were
your
describing it as
dash.
2 different turns. I'm sorry.
No.
Because it sounded like I moved and then like the rug had a turn and then it was like my turn.
It was a reaction. It was a
okay.
yeah.
Well, just pocket that for the next.
So then I guess I would do that on my next turn then, because I did my action before to cast Spirit Guardians.
So the rug's still up.
Okay.
Now.
Okay. So I'll just cut this chunk of audio where I critted on it and move it to my turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So temporarily the rug has a stay of execution.
This rug is both alive and dead.
Collapse the waveform.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Okay, Rayne, what are you doing as we are kind of in a holding dimension pattern on the other side.
Well, I mean, I saw her fly through and then, a bunch of noise and then shit starts flowing out of the door. So I guess I'm going to from the tree. I could take a bonus action on my turn to dash, so I could go 60 feet. So that is what I will do. So I'll move and bonus action to dash. So we call that 20 feet to the door, 20 feet in. I'm now in the room with the rug. Well, what's left of the rug anyway. I just see shrapnel shards of cloth and stuff flying all over the place. What the hell is going on in here?
It started this, okay?
What started? Did that rug do?
It started this, Rayne. Now let me finish it.
All right. I'll save the questions till the end of the presentation. I guess as an action. So if I call 20, 40, I can kick the door. Well, I guess at this point, oh shit, we've already made an entrance. I'll kick the door open and I'll move 5 feet into the room.
The next room?
Yep.
Okay. Ahead of you, past the first pillar, you see a mage standing there, long hair, looking back at you. And off to the right, you see the other one you saw that was talking to him, and they both look at you.
Mm-hmm. I have no idea. I can't think of anything snappy. Shit. I'm just going to burst through the door, and I guess I'll just look at them to see what their reaction is.
Anger. They see you, and it's immediate anger.
Oh, they're pissed off about the rug. Great. All right. Well, there I am. That's all I can do.
All right.
That's bonus action move with the dash, action to kick the door open, 5 foot of movement left. Yep, that's it.
All right. We'll go to top of the round with Kev.
Yep. There was nobody in the room. Can I hear any commotion coming out since I'm already over
you hear a lot of commotion coming from the end where they just went in, but you're not hearing anything from that side of the building.
I'm talking about the stables.
You hear some stirring in there. You hear two voices.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like the rug woke up. I don't give a shit. Go back to sleep. If the master needs us, the master will call.
I'm just sitting here like, I'm not making a single sound. Just gonna keep walking. I just stopped for a second to hear two mini dragons chat up about how they don't want to be in combat, and I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, I agree with this. Continue moving. And I'm gonna lean up against the outside of the door, to kind of, so right at where they had moved in and started kicking doors open.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stand facing outward with my back up against the wall until I can hear that the doors are all open and there's combat going, and then I'll poke out and start taking my turn. In the time while I'm doing that, I'm going to keep an eye out for the people that left to make sure they don't come in behind us.
As you were leaving, you heard one more thing from the two. Plus, the master wants us in here to make sure no one gets down below again.
Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism. We really appreciate you coming in and listening. We also really appreciate all the people who support our Patreon. By supporting the Patreon, you're going to get behind the scene uncut clips that you'll get to see sort of maybe the tissue behind some of the edited, cleaned up content. And you'll get that whenever we have a big block of it to drop, as well as any updates or any information behind the scenes stuff that we think the Patreons would like to know. So if you'd like to support our Patreon and help us continue making the high quality, high octane podcast that you've come to expect, go ahead to patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Thank you. And as usual, the invoice is in the mail. Look, even if every song on the entire album was trash, it would still be valuable.
You went robot-y all of a sudden. Sorry.
Did I?
Yeah.
How am I now?
You sound good now.
I sound good all the time.
So